Hello everyone, I'm Erica, and I thought, since I haven't done any beauty stuff on this channel in a while, it might be interesting to you guys to see what I'm wearing on a, arguably for Washington State, very hot day. It's in the high 80s, and I've been trying out some new products, so I thought I would show you. As a quick note, I am 47 years old. I'm gonna be 48 in September. And the products I use now are not the products I used to use. My skin is dry and is currently very well hydrated. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys what I've been doing with myself. So I have been trying some new things, but I'm gonna start out with a very old thing, which is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I have used this as an eyeshadow base for over a decade. And I just think that nothing really does more with less effort than this. So it just evens out my eyes. And my eyelids have some veins, some discoloration. So this just kind of evens them out. And there have been days where this is all I do is like this and concealer. I mean, really simple. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Painterly Paint Pot. And I just kind of work it in with an ancient but well cared for Real Techniques concealer brush. Okay, I feel like I'm a little close and I keep unfocusing, so that's even better. Okay, good. All right, so now that I've got that done, I will show you guys what I've been doing for brows. It's another oldie but goodie. Got the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, but I found out it comes in gray. And that is a perfect color for me because I dye my hair brown and obviously blue right now. But the brown part of my hair is covering my natural gray. And so as my roots come out, one of the things I need to do is keep my hair color very cool toned so it isn't as obvious. So doing a little fill in with like a gray brow pencil looks really nice. When I've used warmer, like brown brow pencils, it's looked very warm and very incongruent. And like I don't go crazy, I don't do my brows as intensely as I once did. As a child of the 90s, I'm just happy I have brows because, yeah, I used to pluck them off pretty much entirely. All right, and then I actually set that with the NYX Thicket in Cool Ash Brown brow gel stuff. And this does just kind of fill them in a little bit more, keep everything in place. This has excellent longevity. Like the eye makeup part of this look stays on all day. The foundation and blush part of this look, one of the things I like about it is it does sort of gracefully fade as the day goes on. So even when it kind of melts away, it doesn't do it with discoloration or like looking splotchy. I'm gonna use MAC Prep and Prime on my lips. Another very old favorite. And then I use the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. And this is in the color Light Ivory. And I use this, I found out this from Alexis Adil. I'm probably saying her name wrong. But I will link to her video down below where she talks about basically using this as a peach corrector. And that is what I do. Darkness, so good for that. It at least cancels out those purple gray tones I get under my eye because I have olive undertones and I can get really sallow looking under there. All right, this is fun. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint SPF 50 sunscreen in the color Light Cool. I always buy neutral light in e.l.f. and then it is like yellow on me. So, but I was scared to try the cool because I know my skin isn't super pink, but this, I'll show you. It's actually neutral instead of, you know, baby pink or something like I always think of for cool. And I just like dot this around. Now, that being said, I am not using this as my sunscreen, okay? I am using the Mario Badescu Mineral Sunscreen under this. And I like it very much as a combination. This is just a nice skin tint, but I don't trust foundation as sunscreen because you can't put on enough of it, or at least if you put on enough of it, you look crazy. So, and sunscreen is supposed to be a pretty heavy coat. I will say this, I tried it with my La Roche-Posay SPF 50 sunscreen and it pilled up and made a mess on my face. So those two did not play well together at all. And I would not recommend using them together. But the Mario Badescu, the more thin mineral sunscreens seem to work just fine. This is an e.l.f. complexion brush. It's like the dual-ended one. And that's what I use to blend this in. But as you can see, it's really quick. And it's not like super high coverage. It's probably about medium coverage, but it looks soft. And that's kind of what I'm going for because it's summer. And like I said, this does go away gracefully. Like it fades out. It doesn't last all day, but it does fade in a way that's really pretty. All right, I just got this yesterday, so I'm trying it for the first time. It's the e.l.f. Bronzer and Contour Camo Liquid Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair. And it's kind of like a taupe color, which I thought would be good. I hardly ever do contour, but let's try it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of my finger and put it, yeah, see? This is where I'm putting it, like 3 dots. Okay, she's not crazy. That's nice. I think I think I can build this up. So I'm gonna go in a little more right there. I don't do tons of contour because I have a long skinny face and I'm not getting any younger, and I don't want to look too cadaverous. But a little nod to cheekbone is nice. And I'm gonna put a little bit of it. This is also kind of a bronzer. A little bit around the temple. And then we'll do a bit under the chin. See if I can do that without it looking like chocolate pudding. Looks kind of like chocolate pudding right now. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that looks good. That's like not, that's what I want in a bronzer or contour. I want like to not really see it, but it to have done something. And then I also have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand blush in the color Rosé You Slay. So I've also got another shade of this that I've worn quite a bit, which is the Pink Me Up shade. So I'm just gonna show you guys what the two look like next to each other, in case you're wondering which one to get. All right, so the new one is warmer. That is the Rosé You Slay, and that's the Pink Me Up. I think we're gonna try this one today. I have been liking a little bit more blush lately. So that is like kind of my first blush line. It gives me a little bit of a glow. And then my absolute favorite blush are these Buttermelt blushes from NYX. And I am using Butter with Thyme lately, which is like a straight up watermelon color. Isn't that pretty? And I do not need much of this. This is like a very concentrated blush, like it's crazy. So I just put it on the brush and then kind of dust it off. And then just kind of tap it in. Oh, and if you go too hard, the nice thing about it is, since you're putting it over those creamy products, it's really easy to tone it down. And then if it's still a little crazy, I just go back with that same e.l.f. complexion brush. But yeah, I really like what that looks like. And then to set the bronzer bit that I did, the kind of contour bronzer, I have been using the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in Forever Sunkissed. I do not know if they still make this. I've had it about a year now. But I just get a big brush and kind of just go like in this circle, right? Like around the temple and then onto the cheek. And then once I've done that, because I've been really lazy the last few days, I will take a fluffy brush and the bronzer. And I just go over my crease with it. And that is what I've been doing for eyeshadow. Pretty much done. Because again, it's a little warm. Now, the absolute star, the thing I am most excited about is this gel liner from Camera Ready Cosmetics. This is their store brand, and this is the color Endangered. This is a pot liner. I think it's a dupe for the Inglot liners. It lasts and performs for me as well as the Inglot liners do. Why am I out of focus? Hi. Okay. It's just a genius product. So, highly recommend. I use this little pointed eyeliner brush. And I'm just going to go in. It's very creamy, but it sets down and lasts all day. And that's all I do. Hard to tell it's green, but it is green, I promise. I will go ahead and do my other eye, and then I'll show you guys a swatch. There we go. And then it's like this dark spruce green. It almost looks black, as you can see, but it's not. It's a little softer than black, and I've just really liked it. All right, then for mascara, I have been wiping this off before it sets, because once it sets, it's hard to get off. This is the Benefit Bounce Bad Girl Mascara, and I've got the little mini, and that's the size I typically buy, because I can't use a full-size mascara in 3 months. I have like 12 eyelashes. It's just never gonna happen. But I really like this because it makes the most of my 12 eyelashes. So I like doing nude lip liner and then whatever lipstick I'm gonna do. For one thing, it kind of tones down my super red lipstick, so they're a little bit more everyday feeling. But also because I overdraw a little bit, it doesn't make it look quite as artificial when I'm going like way up. And when the lipstick fades off during the day, which it inevitably will, typically because of the prep and prime, that line will stay on. And so I'll have this sort of like nude colored line instead of like a harsh red line. This is MAC Lovers Only, which is kind of a raspberry pink red. And this is their satin formula, which I prefer. I will wear some of the mattes, and the mattes are better than like they used to be. They're much nicer to wear, but I do prefer a satin formula at the end of the day. So throw on my Splendette bracelet that matches. And yeah, that's it. That's what I've been doing. And I think it's really effective. And as you can see, it's really fast. It's even faster if I'm not talking through it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.